So, good morning to all Wikipedia YouTube viewers. Today we are going to see about the next AI services sponsored by Microsoft Azure AI. So today we are going to focus about Microsoft Azure AI Vision Services. So in which we will be using image as the input. From that image, you will be making some image analysis like captcha analysis, identifying the person, identifying the face attributes, recognition of objects in a particular image, recognition of identification of text from particular image. All these things comes under Azure AI Vision Services. I'm going to post this video as a part 1 and part 2 video. Part 1 video, it is going to have about theoretical foundations and conceptual ideas about Microsoft Azure AI Vision Services. It will describe about what are the things we can do with Azure AI Vision Services and how it Azure AI Vision Services works. In part 2 video, we will be running an lab exercise using Azure AI Vision Services where you will be identifying captcha generations, objects, and then text analysis from a particular image. Azure AI Vision, it basically deals upon image analysis. In this image analysis, we can do caption and tag generations, object detections, people detections, optical character recognition. Simply, you can call it as a OCR, smart crop thumbnails, background removal, multimodal embeddings, product recognitions. So all comes under a AI vision services. Example, let's say that if you give a particular image set of your friends and you as a group photo, so this AI vision will identify the faces in that image and it will also caption it who are those people along with your image comparison with a particular person. Example, here they have given a one sample example. Consider this image has mountains, so it mountains, peoples and everything, etc. So it will analyze it and it will give you a AI generated caption, a mountain with a snow, and then it will identify the what are the objects in here. Let's say that if it has a mountain, it will identify the object as mountain. If it has a moon, then it identifies as a moon. Then if there is a dog, people, and everything else, it will identify all kinds of objects in it. And then it will also generate a thumbnail for that. It will generate a related tags based upon the caption. All these things it can be done using AI vision services. For implementing this AI vision services, you have to create a resource account. That resource account you can create as a standalone Azure AI vision service resource, or you can create a multi-service AI service account. You can create any kind of service account. If you are integrating this image analysis along with some other type of AI services, then you can create a service named as multi-services. Multi-service Azure AI service resources. Image analysis. To make an image analysis, basically they will use a function called analysis function. This analysis function will extract the visual features. Example, caption, dense captions, related tags for the particular image, identify the objects and what are the objects here. Example, the object can be like a car, people, animal, book, plants, anything it can be identified as an object. Smart crops, it will identify if there is an object under this object category. If it is a people, then it from in that people it will identify who are those peoples are there, right? And then read function helps us to read the text from the image. So you can implement either using an SDK or you can use the REST API for implementation. Either you can go with any kind of a languages. Most probably they will be going with Python language or C# languages. So for analysis function, it needs three kinds of input. First thing is like image data, that is like image location, and second one is like visual features to analyze what are the features you are going to analyze. Let's say that the visual features, if you are going to analyze only the objects and as well as you are going to read a text from it, then you can use a visual feature dot objects and then visual feature dot read. You can add any number of visual features above in the above listed 7. Then optional, you can use an analysis option in which you can include what kind of language you are going to generate the output, or like what kind of input your input language it has it. It helps us to identify the object OCR recognition kind of a text from your images. Now in this analysis option, you will be like first doing cropping aspect ratio, and it will be generating a gender neutral caption, type of a language, and then type of a model you have created. Right. So analysis consists of three parts, three parameters: image URL, visual features, and then optional attributes. Successfully implementing this analysis function will generate your output. So in this output, if you are using a REST API, then it will recreate an output as a JSON object, or if it is you are using an SDK, then it will create an object as an output. So two times of output can be generated, depends upon what kind of API you are using. If you are using REST API, the output will be in JSON file format. If you are using standard SDKs, then the result will be in terms of an object. So this lab exercise we will be running in the next video, so where we will be analyzing the image. In that, from that you are going to generate a caption for that particular image. Then from that you are going to create a reference tags. In that image you are going to identify the object, who are those humans, who are the objects, what is a car, is there a bus, is there a cat, is there is a dog, is it an apple, like that we will be identifying it. And also you will be enabling some features like background removal, foreground removal, and then resizing your image. All these things you will be doing in your lab exercises, right? That thing I will be posting as a separate video, right? Thank you.